How are you?
I haven't seen you forever. Are you well?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Morning, Vikki.
Morning. How are you?
How are you? I'm very well. I'm very well.
Good.
And Pavel, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks.
Have you been to Sidmouth?
I haven't been, sorry.
It's been epic. It's been
Was
absolutely
it?
epic. Yeah. So I'm in a band. And so I did a gig at the weekend, and that's my view from the stage when we finished.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
good. Cool.
How epic is that? Eh? Yeah, absolutely superb. Welcome to my drop-in. So basically, for anyone that doesn't know, hi Warren, how are you? For anyone that doesn't know, you just drop in and ask me a question, and then you can go away again. It absolutely really doesn't matter. There's no agenda. Well, there is a little bit of an agenda, but there's not really an agenda. We're all friends in here, so drop your LinkedIn URL in the chat, and then we can all chat to each other and go and connect with each other elsewhere. Yeah, basically, anything goes. I've got a few slides. I'll just chuck those up so that you can see them. Thumbs up if you can see my slides. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the first Monday of every single month. So the next one is going to be the 1st of September. So if you like this, come back on the 1st of September. You only need to say 5 minutes if you want. It really doesn't matter if you just got one question. You've got a few people coming in today. Cool. So the whole idea I do this is I want to give you a voice. All right. I don't know if anyone saw my post on Saturday. Okay. LinkedIn works, and proof of it is my post on Saturday. So just keep doing what you want to do on LinkedIn. So the whole idea of today, your questions, any reviews, if anyone's got a post they want me to look at, you spent 3 hours creating this post and nobody commented on it. So I can look at that and I can review that for you. I will be sharing it with everybody else, and this might be put up on YouTube, so everyone else is going to see that. So you got to be brave. All right. But someone asked me a question about tagging and hashtags, so we're going to do that. And someone else has asked me a couple of questions, so I'm going to do those as well. Okay. So yeah, if you've got any questions, drop them in the chat, and I'll come to those in a second. So what do you want to know? Just put them in the chat. All right. And I can do a live review. I can turn around and tell you what I think of your banner, your headline, your about section, whatever. We can do that live today. All right. Go to this link and book for next time. So I'll put that out. If you could turn your microphone off, that'd be great. Whoever's got people in the background. So yeah, you can go and book the next event, which is going to be on like I said, the 1st of September. And if you're local to Sidmouth, Pavel, we've got a walk next Monday. The same link gets you to the walk. So if you want to come for a walk in the countryside, that'll take you there. There's the link there if you want to scan that. All right. If you want to work with me, I do all of those sorts of things. So get in touch. All right. So questions. This is the first question I've got today. Why is LinkedIn still showing posts from weeks ago? Can I ask someone someone's got a microphone on, you've got people in the background. Can I ask you to turn it off, please? Thanks, Peter. Why is LinkedIn still showing posts from weeks ago? Are we noticing this when we don't go onto LinkedIn? Yeah. You're sort of like, why didn't I see that? And it's 3 weeks ago. LinkedIn, right, play around an awful lot with the algorithm. So they're changing the algorithm all the time. But here's the thing, right? If you write a post today, someone might see it in 3 weeks' time. So don't use that as an excuse not to create content. Okay. I don't know why we're still seeing posts from 3 weeks ago, but it obviously has some relevancy. All right. So someone might see it, and because someone's going into that content, then LinkedIn is going, oh, people are still looking at that. I'll share it again. All right. And what it's doing is pushing LinkedIn. Say Peter writes a post. All right. We are not all going to see it. LinkedIn is going to turn around and share it with some of the people in Peter's community. All right. Some of the people that are connected to Peter. And it's going to go out and they're going to look at it and go, oh, this is brilliant. And they start reading it and they start engaging with it. And LinkedIn goes, oh, that's a good one. I'm going to push it a little bit further. Yeah. If that takes a little bit longer to get out, then LinkedIn will be doing oh, that's good. I'll share it a little bit further. But that might be in a week's time and 2 weeks' time. All right. So hopefully that's answered that lady's question. Okay. And the other question that she asked was, is it worth using hashtags? Simple answer, no. Okay. On Instagram, I think you can have 30 hashtags, and everybody on Instagram does 30 hashtags. And so when they start experimenting with LinkedIn, they have 30 hashtags, and it looks like a sea of blue. It looks messy. It looks untidy. And then what they do, right? Okay. So those of you who just joined, can you please put your URL in the chat so that everybody here can then connect with you and we can all be friends together? Okay. So what they do, right? They'll take if you want to do a screenshot of the screen and write a post about that, you're welcome to now. All right. But what they'll do is they go, I was on a great call with Ashley the other day and he helped us with LinkedIn. And in there was hashtag at Peter Watson, at Deb Mason, at Pavel, at Vikki, at Warren, at Kavitha, at Abby, at Valeria, at Margaret. All right. And in my post now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue names. Again, it looks messy. So don't do it. Just tag a few people. You know, Peter's connected to lots of people that I want to be connected with. So I might just write, oh, and I also got to speak to Peter. So at Peter Watson. Yeah, do that. Because if I do that post and I tag all of you in and none of you comment on that post, LinkedIn's going to go, you're trying to game it, and it won't push it as far. So there you go. Those are the 2 questions that I had. Has anyone else got any questions? Oh, here we go. I'm just going to go into the chat. Kavitha wants me to review her profile. Are you sure? Because I'm going to say exactly what I see when I see it, and everyone else is going to see that. You sure?
I am totally up for it.
All
I
right.
changed them since the webinar with you last time, so I would really like your thoughts.
So which webinar was that?
The SBB one.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, my goodness. That went mad, didn't it?
Yeah, I did.
That
But all SBB ones are like that, so I love, that's why I hang out there.
Good. Right. Okay. So let's find your profile, shall we? And how do we pronounce your name?
Kavitha.
Kavitha. Right. I'm not going to ask how you do your surname. Right. Just a quick tip for you, everybody on the call. So Peter Watson, Deb Mason, Pavel Ravensky, Vikki Brooks, Warren Davis, Margaret Mulholland, and Valeria I can't pronounce that either. When people look at me, right, I can't say their name. All right. If you haven't got your full name on the LinkedIn, on Zoom, then we're not going to know who you are. So change your name so that you've got first name, surname, because what's happening is I'm watching this on the replay and I've just seen Kavitha and she looks amazing, but I don't know what her surname is, so I'm not going to find her. All right. So that's a top tip for your Zoom when you do a Zoom. Okay. So are you ready for this, Kavitha? Yeah. Oh my God! Look at the state of that. No one ever said. Right. So first of all, the first thing I say to everybody is people buy from people who they know, who they like, and who they trust. And so we want is a beautiful photo, and we've got one. Got absolutely amazing photo. Fantastic. All right. You're looking straight at the camera. You're smiling, not just with your mouth and your teeth, but you can also see it in your eyes. All right. And what happens is, right, people, is when I see someone smiling, I want to smile back. All right. You walk down the street, try it out later. When you walk down the street and you see someone walking towards you and smile at them, Peter's doing it. All right. You smile back because your brain releases oxytocins when it sees someone smiling. So straight away, I'll come onto your profile. I go, oh, what a lovely lady. Yeah. Is everyone happy with that? Yeah. Perfect. You've put a color behind you, which is the green of your banner. All right, so you stick out a little bit more than most other people. So if we look down the side here, you're sticking out more than those other people. The only thing I would say is make that face just a little bit bigger. So you're just filling up that screen a little bit more. All right. So you top there, and I would make this part of your neck touch the bottom. So just zoom it out, just zoom it in a little bit more. Does that make sense? So that when you're here, you're sticking out like a sore thumb. So more like Andy. Andy's got it right. Andy's got it perfect. But he hasn't got a color behind him, so he's not popping out as much. All right. Hands up whose photo it looks like Kavitha's. Hands up who's going to go and change it so that it is. Okay. And this is the thing, right? Can you see this guy here? Yeah. You know who that guy is. Yeah. And up here, you still know who that guy is. And that circle is probably the same size as your mobile phone when you're commenting on my post. So that's why it's so important. Right, the next thing, is anyone here got a 10-year-old child in the room? Anyone in the room got a 10-year-old kid? Yeah, you have. All right, so hopefully you've done this already. Could your 10-year-old kid tell me what mummy does by looking at your banner?
No.
Oh no, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. What's the sewing thing?
So
Two businesses.
yeah, so I go and run sewing and mending workshops and crafting workshops in corporate offices to help them. It's a sustainable activity and it's a mindful activity. So I try it on both, but most of the time they book me for sustainable activities.
Okay, so there
are not many people who do what I do. So.
No, you've just blown my mind. You have just blown my mind. And everybody else in here, hands up if your mind has just been blown. Okay. Have you heard of Lego Play?
Yeah, it's like Lego Play.
Absolutely. So, hands up who's heard of Lego Play? Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. This is what This is what you need to be using LinkedIn for, Kavitha. All right, is educating us. All right. So if you all hold your finger up like that a second, all right, and just study that part of your finger, because that is the size of Kavitha's banner on my mobile phone. Do you think I would be able to read mindful sewing and crafting workshops? No. So with all due respect, there's no point in having that there. So what you've done is you've taken up some valuable real estate, all right, from that. Again, you've got an image here. Is that important to have an image here as well? Because again, that's taking up space, all right? Maybe I would have a picture of you holding a needle and a thread or something so that it gets over that thing, or maybe holding something that I would make if I came to one of your workshops, okay? Because the workshop you deliver is all about you. So maybe you should have an image there.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. But make that image more purposeful.
Can it be the participants, or does it have to be, will it be better if it was me?
What does anyone else think? In the chat, participants, me. John, what does anyone else think? I see a million banners on LinkedIn and you look at them and you go, what on earth has that got to do with what you do? Yeah.
I put that photo because I saw your banner and there was a picture of you there, so I thought I'll plonk myself.
Yeah, most people think that you should have a picture of you, but I would have something, you holding something, or maybe you and another person holding something that they've made in this workshop. All right. So your message then, that banner is you're pretty close. You're pretty close. I would go and sit with your 10-year-old and say, look, this is what mummy does. How would you explain that to Auntie Sam or or Ashley?
Yeah.
How would you explain this to Ash? Because he's in a shed and he knows nothing. Yeah. Okay. Right. So far so good. So far so good. All right. Right. Okay. This middle bit here. All right. This bit here. When you fill in your name, does anyone here know what that gap is for? I'm hoping that the ladies would know more than the men.
It's like pronunciation or...
No, Deb's put her hand up. What do you think it's for, Deb? Oh, your microphone's not turned on. I'm rubbish at lip reading. No, shouting doesn't work either.
Is she saying me, them?
Maiden name.
Maiden name. Yeah, I can hear you now. Maiden name. It's for the maiden name, or for a name that you don't not normally associated with. All right. So LinkedIn might get a bit funny. You using something that you shouldn't be using. All right. They have very strict terms and conditions, and I have seen people had their accounts closed. All right. And with nearly 1,000 followers, you don't want that. So I would just delete that.
Okay.
Right, the next thing is the headline. All right. Now, the default, I've literally just done this. So let's go to... Can you see that? The default is your job title. All right, so I am the owner at Full Cup Coaching. All right, I've got it on my t-shirt. It says Full Cup Coaching. You get out what you put in. And I've been to events and networking events, and people come up to me and go, "Oh, you must be a personal trainer." All right, I am not a personal trainer. Why are you smiling, Kavitha? Are you saying I don't look like a personal trainer? and this is the thing, right? So people make they've got a preconceived idea, but owner at Full Cup Coaching doesn't tell you what I do. Okay. Coach and LinkedIn trainer does tell you what I do, but a little bit. If I said to you, solicitor, estate agent, policeman, traffic warden, you're all thinking of connotations of what that job title is. All right. Some of those connotations are great. Some of those are negative. All right. So if you put your job title in, you're on a hiding to nothing, because people will have a preconceived idea of what you do. Some LinkedIn trainers say, let's have a format. So I help teams struggling with business, or teams struggling with teamwork, work together better as a team using my sewing workshops. All right. That's a bloody mouthful. Yeah. I don't know where I put it. I'm the 15-minute guy. All right. I've got a name. Not quite Superman or the Hulk or whatever, but it's a name that people can identify with. It's also a name that people go, what does that mean? And then they click on it and they come and have a look at my profile. All right. So you could be the sewing bee for business. That's what you could be. The sewing bee for business. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Thank you. So the sewing bee for business, helping discombobulated teams work together sustainably. There you go. People pay me an absolute fortune for that, Kavitha.
That's really good. Thank you.
Okay. So that's what you're going to be called from now on. That would be your headline. Because on your headline, all right, with all due respect, what you've done is you've stuffed it with all kinds of stuff. I'm really sorry to say this. I mean this from a place of love. All right. Please don't hate me. But hands up here who really wants to work with somebody because they've won this, they've won that, they've done that, they've got a gold medal and all of that malarkey. Hands up who wants to work with someone because they've done all of that. Okay. Hands up who wants to work with somebody that really understands the crap that you're going through, the problems that you're getting, and they can definitely help you. So if even my AI knows that I'm onto a right thing there. All right. So these, you're awesome because you've won all of this. All right. But I'm looking to make sure my team come together. I promise I don't care about any of that. And I'm sorry. Yeah. Does that make sense? That can go somewhere else in your about section, so that when I start reading about, oh bloody hell, and she's done this and she's done that. But before you say anything, I need to know that you understand my problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I hate saying that because that's incredible. Top female, Small Biz 100 winner, Sewing School of the Year. Yeah. Genius. But that should be in your about section. Right down the bottom, so that by the time I get there, I'm already feeling warm towards you. And then when I read all of that, I go, bloody hell, she's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Does that help?
No, it definitely helps. Yeah. No,
Am I still on your Christmas card list?
You are. I think you are even more because you've helped me, because sometimes you can't see wood for the trees when it's something that you do day in and day out. And when somebody else who doesn't even know what you're doing looks at it.
Yeah, And this is the thing. And the thing is, right, everybody on LinkedIn says that they've won this, they've won that, they've won something else. All right. And there is somebody on LinkedIn, and he got an award from Zero in 2018, and that is still his headline. I'm like, really? So it's like me putting up, I got a 10-meter swimming certificate when I was at school. Yeah, because that's the only bloody thing I've ever won.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let everybody. There's loads more that we could look at on your profile, but I'm going to let everybody else have a go. Has that helped everybody? Yeah, good. Right, who's got a question next? Is there more in the chat? Let's go and have a look in the chat. Right, Kavitha. All right, because I've just done you a favor. Your job now is to manage the chat for me. Is that all right? Can you do that? All right. Okay. So, what's the next question, please?
The next question I can see is from Deb Mason. What are your thoughts on using a company page effectively? How can we increase the target audience? We mostly have employees or companies who want to sell us something. And she's put a link to her page.
All right. Okay, Deb Mason.
That's my personal. I'll send you a link to the page.
Well, and I should be able to find it from your personal page. All right.
Yes.
Okay. But here's the thing. Can anybody remember when I first went to Kavitha's profile, what did I say about her photo? What did I say right at the top? Who was paying attention? Pavel, you should know this because I talk about it all the time.
Oh, yeah. It's all about the personal connection, isn't it? People buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So,
boom! Yes! You win!
no to company pages, and they are bloody difficult to maintain all the time because you never know whether you should post it personally or on the company. And on our case, we kind of maintain it that these things are not too old there. But
Brilliant.
otherwise, personal.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, people buy from people who they know, like, and trust. Hands up in the room. Who likes reading business posts from companies? That'll be nobody. Okay. Here's a point in question, right? I want you to all chuck a number in the chat. My personal page has 13,500 followers. Okay. My company page, all right, bearing in mind, I'm a LinkedIn expert and I know all this stuff. How many people follow my LinkedIn company page? No cheating. Just chuck a number in, the first number you think of, in the chat. And the winner today is Pavel. Let me share my screen. So you've got 4,831 followers. All right. That is almost double the number of followers that I had when I started my business 4 years ago, Deb. And if we go to Clean Linen and Workwear, is that the name of your business?
Well, I work for a company.
So is it the company you want their website to do, you want their company page to do well? They got 5,000 followers. Okay. Might be worth doing a little bit on this company page, but make it more personal. These just look like company posts.
Yeah, they're old.
I can see that.
Yeah, they're old. There's more stuff recently if you go down and have a look. There's one about us sponsoring Cheltenham Town. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, that really did well, didn't it? A whole comment. Yeah. Because see, the thing is, right, it just looks corporate. It's got logos all over it.
I know, but this is
Hands up, who's going to stop and read that post?
I hate it, but my boss makes me put them on.
Right. Tell your boss to come and have a chat with me. Okay. So if we go to my pages, where are we? Company page, full cup, company, whatever it is. 322. That's how much value I put on my company page. All right. How many people in the clean company business? How many staff members?
1,500.
1,500 staff,
Yeah.
and you've only got 5,000 people following your company page. Okay. So you've got managers, you've got directors and people like that. They should all be on LinkedIn. They should all be doing amazing stuff on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like the CEO to do more thought leadership stuff. I mean, he doesn't even have a photo. That's what I'm up against.
Shocking.
I know I'm not alone.
No, you're not. You're not. You're not. But yeah, that's the thing. But yeah, if you want to get the CEO to come and give me a chat, more than happy to scream until I'm blue in the face. Any other questions? Has that answered your question, Deb?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? Kavitha, is there any more questions in the chat?
Any from Pavel, any new features on LinkedIn in the past 3 months? What should we know and use?
Right. No, I don't really bother about new features, Pavel. I just worry about being consistent. Okay. And the thing is, right, LinkedIn will launch something and then they'll pull it again. And what they do when they launch something, you've got 1.2 billion people on a platform, you can't launch this new feature to everybody today because you know it would just crash. All right. So what they do is they roll it out. And they roll out this new feature and someone sees it and they go, oh, this is really great. And they go, oh, I haven't got it yet. But they're doing it as a pilot. And then they roll it out a bit more. And then they find that no one's using it. Or it doesn't do what they want it to do. So they pull it. So the bottom line is be consistent. Comment on posts. Create regular content. Once a week is more than everybody else. Yeah? If there is ever anything exciting, I can't think of anything exciting and new that I've gone, oh, wow, that's brilliant. In the last 3 months. So no, the only exciting thing that I've seen in the last 6 or 8 months is the scrolling banner for premium users, which I hate because you come on someone's profile and it's yeah. So when I first saw it, I thought, oh, I want one of those, and then I did it, and that's awful. So no, just stick with being consistent. Any other questions? I don't bite, guys. If anyone's got a question, chuck it in the chat. I've got a lovely assistant waiting to help us.
There are no more questions at the moment.
Right. Oh, we can all go home then. That's great.
Content. Things. Chance.
Abby, you got a question for us?
No.
This is a two-way thing, guys. Why have you come on today? If you haven't got a question for me, why haven't you come on today?
I came on just to see what this was all about. This is my first time here, so
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and I got a review, so I'm pretty pleased.
Absolutely, cool. What else can I do to add more value? Because we've still got half an hour. I've had less people on before, and I've run out of time. Why are you all being so polite? Or is it because
I have to go? I'm sorry, Ashley.
Or is it because I just shot the heck out of poor Kavitha's profile, and you're worried I'm going to do the same? Kavitha, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you for being an awesome guinea pig, and good luck with what you're doing. You've got a great profile already, but you can make it better.
I will, and I'll be here next month.
Awesome.
With more questions.
Yeah, enjoy your summer.
Thank you.
Cheerio. Does anybody else want me to look at their profile or a post that they've written recently?
Okay,
People,
one.
Oh, no, you can go. You can go.
Okay, all right. Sorry, bye.
What is the best strategy for engaging daily or weekly? Okay, so right, we've got a few questions coming in now. Right, okay. So that was Abby. All right, what's the best strategy for engaging daily or weekly? Right. So what I say to people is, if you think of LinkedIn as a networking meeting, hands up who goes to networking meetings in person or on Zoom. You go to a meeting, you go, oh, hi, oh, what's your name? Oh, it's Vikki. Oh, hello, Vikki. This is Deb. And we have a little chat. all right? And you talk about, oh, it's been really nice weather recently, or whatever. We talk about everything, don't we? We don't just talk about business, yeah? We talk about absolutely everything. In real life, we talk about absolutely everything, and we care about people, all right? If Vikki was on a bigger screen, I'd be able to see what's behind her, and I'd probably ask her about what's behind her on the wall. People come in and they ask me about my guitars, yeah? We just chat about stuff because we're human, and we want to know a little bit about each other, because as soon as we know a little bit about all these other different people and what they do, we start building a relationship. All right. Has anyone ever been on holiday abroad? Okay. Has anyone ever been on holiday abroad and used the local public transport, such as the bus, and sat on a bus and they've got loads of foreign people chatting the foreign language? Let's just say we're in Italy. And so loads of Italians are coming on and they're all talking Italian. All right. And then we stop at a bus stop and two people get on. They look like tourists. They sit in front of us and they start nattering to each other in English. How many times do we then strike up a conversation with them? Yeah, because they've got something in common with us, haven't they? All right. And we start chatting. Whereabouts in England are you from? I'm from so-and-so. Really? Oh, my granny lives there. Do you know such? Yes, I do. No, we're really great friends, aren't we? Yeah. Has that ever happened to you? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? All right. And it's the same when we're at a networking meeting. We start chatting away and it's like, oh, you've got 2 red guitars. Why red guitars? Oh, do you play? Yeah, I play. Oh, I've got this many guitars. Yeah. I did a gig on Saturday and I was playing this one, right? And it is a replica of a Gibson 355, which is £4,500. I promise you that wasn't. And this guy saw me in town the next day. He said, oh, I saw your gig. It was really good. Is that a 355 that you were playing? I went, I wish. Yeah. But he then started telling me about his guitars. So we're best buddies now. Yeah. That's what we do when we're on LinkedIn. So we go in and we comment daily and think about LinkedIn as a networking event. All right. So if you go on my post today, all right, drop a comment and just so that we know that you're there. All right. We go to a networking meeting. Peter and Warren are having a good old natter. I'll pop over or they'll see me. Oh, Ash, what are your thoughts on this? And I'll get into that conversation. Oh, Warren, where are you from? Oh, I'll do this. Da, da, da. Do you know my granny? Yeah. And we start having a little conversation. All right. But if we show up, if we go to a network event every single day, we will get business. So it's no different from LinkedIn. So show up every day, Abby. All right. Even if it's just putting in a couple of comments. Yeah. Has that answered your question?
Yes.
Thank you. Right. I used AuthoredUp for my LinkedIn. What are your views on it? I found it really useful. Okay. So, AuthoredUp, I think it contravenes the terms and conditions of LinkedIn. So you need to check with AuthoredUp because there are some stringent terms and conditions for LinkedIn, not using third-party apps. That some of them are okay, some of them aren't. All right. It's a bit of a minefield which are and which aren't. But if LinkedIn see that you're using automation tools, they may close your account down. If you're happy to lose your LinkedIn account, then that's absolutely fine. So there's my chapter and verse on all of these tools. I know that it's got some really good features, but all of those you can do in other things. And I would check first with AuthoredUp to see whether or not it contravenes any of their terms and conditions. I was using a really cool CRM and I just didn't feel comfortable with it. So I don't use it anymore. I've got to be whiter than white as a LinkedIn guy. Yeah, it's a bit like being a driving instructor for the IAM, which is the Institute of Advanced Motorists, and driving everywhere at 90 miles an hour. Yeah. So yeah, I just check, but yeah, I'm not a fan of what do you mainly use it for, Vikki?
I use it for me and for a client. So I schedule, I just generate my content and then schedule it for the week. It's what I'm doing and I get a bit of a plan together and then obviously I can reuse some of the content.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you're using it for scheduling. And the thing is, if you're working on behalf of a client, you have to use a scheduling tool, because if you go into their LinkedIn as them, you're breaking the rules, terms and conditions on LinkedIn. Yeah. So again, is it worth risking either or both of your LinkedIn accounts? I'm not a fan of scheduling, because what happens is if you schedule something, it's done in your head, so that's it. We don't do anything else with it. And for best content, we write the post and then we hang around for 90 minutes and interact with that post when people comment on it. All right. If we turn around and go, oh, the content's all done for the week, I'm not going to do anything on LinkedIn. And as I just said, we need to be coming in every single day, just a little bit. And see if you can guess how many minutes a day I reckon you should be in LinkedIn. Okay. So that's my thoughts on AuthoredUp. Has that answered your question, Vikki? Okay.
Yes, it has. Yeah, and I do actually go in every day anyway. These are just when I do a bit of a brain dump, and I'll generate a graphic and what have you. But I actually do a sort of a live daily post as well.
Okay, cool. So how many times a day are you posting then?
Sometimes a couple of times, or if I'm sharing something from somebody else and commenting on it, it could be more.
Okay, don't do more than one post a day on LinkedIn.
Okay.
All right, because what happens is LinkedIn has got a lifetime of about 18 hours for a post. So if you create another post, what you're doing is you're silencing the previous post. So yeah, once a day is like mega. So 2 or 3 times a day is a little bit overkill and harming the reach of your other posts.
Okay, cool.
Think of quality rather than quantity. All right. Having said all of
Super.
that, I post loads on a Monday because I do a live show. And if I do so I create a post first thing in the morning, but then I do a live show, which is a new post. And then after that, I then create the show for the next week, which is another post. But that's only on a Monday. And I can't see any way around it unless I do the show the next day. And so don't do any post on the day that I do a show. And then on the day after, I then signpost the show for the next week. But then that's 3 days that I'm not posting quality content. And I want to write quality content so that people can see what to do on LinkedIn. Yeah, makes sense. Right, questions. Where are we? Is it worth upgrading to premium? Right, okay, great question, Margaret. If I had £1 for every time someone asked me that, I could pay for premium with that pound. Here's the thing, right? If you have premium, automatically your profile is written beautifully and optimized. All your content is perfect, okay? And everybody sees it and you get maximum reach. All your DMs land perfectly. All of the above is a lie. None of that happens by having premium. Nothing changes with having premium. All you get is a few extra features. All right. So think of going into a car showroom and you're looking at the car of your dreams, and they've got the GLSX top of the range model, and they've got the basic one. All right. I'm a big car fan, and I know that the Range Rover is about £100,000, but if you spec it with all the top things, it's £200,000. All right. So you're paying an extra 100 grand for the same bloody car. It's not going to go any faster. It's not going to park in different places. It's just going to have a few extra features. That's premium. All right. So unless you're really banging the door of LinkedIn, then get premium. What you get with premium is the facility to message people even if they're not connections. You get the facility to write a invitation, a message with your invitation when you want to connect. If you don't have premium, you only get 5 a month, which I think is ridiculous. You also get an out of office with premium. You get the sliding banner, which is a waste of time. And there's a few other features with premium, but that's about it. Oh, you can look at lots more profiles with premium as well. And you can also see who's looked at your profile for the last year. And you can see everybody that's looked at your profile for the last year. Whereas without premium, you can only see the last 5 people. Most people I speak to, that's enough. Does that answer your question, Margaret? Hi, Ashley. I need to start with improving my LinkedIn profile and activity. So I wish I had a question for you, but I haven't. Okay, that's fair enough. Peter Watson wants me to look at his profile. And do you want me to give you a review as well, Peter? That's the same photo you had 2 years ago, mate. Yeah, I haven't changed much though, have you? No, that's fine. No, you haven't. The beard is still as grey. Yeah, I need to change mine because I've got more grey coming through. Right. Oh, the 10-year-old kid lady's not here. Expert in the sales of purchases. Yeah. So I'm not sure we need a photo here. 70% of people use LinkedIn on their mobile phone. All right. Tell me how I can take a photo of your QR code on my mobile phone. So straight away, you've wasted that bit of real estate, and the photo of you, you've used that real estate. All right. And Peter Watson, it's there as well. So you've wasted that bit of space on your real estate as well. So you've now freed up loads more space to write a lot more stuff in there so that we understand what you do. And what you actually do is you will you'll help me get more money quickly for my practice. That's what you mean. Yeah. So that's what you should be saying in there. Yeah. Does that make sense? All right. You need to be the purchasing guru or something like that. Yeah. Give yourself a name. Something like that. And what you're doing here is free consultation and email and all of that. I can find that elsewhere anyway if I'm really interested. So take all of that out so it looks clean and tidy rather than just be stuff full of loads of stuff. So sometimes less is more. Baines Watts, that's your company. Do you not have a logo on your company page? Yeah, you do. So you probably not connected it correctly. So what you want to be doing is going into your job. If I just go into my profile, go into your job, click on the pencil for the job that it pertains to. Go into pencil again. All right. Delete the company and then put it back in again, and it will find the right one, and then it will bring your logo up. And then what happens is when I look at your profile, come on, LinkedIn, catch up. Anyway, when I look at your profile, instead of that default grey boxy thing, I'll get Baines Watts. Yeah, so I'll have the Baines Watts logo rather than the default grey box. Yeah, so that looks more professional too. Contact info. You happy for me to share this in front of everybody? Yep. So you've got space for another calendar, so I can book you. I've got your company page. How about a testimonials page? Yeah. So that's cool. We've got your phone number in there. You've got your proper email address and your birthday. So on your birthday, 10,218 people are reminded that you're alive. So that's a good way to having your birthday, and there's a great idea. That may or may not be your birthday. That doesn't matter either. Right, the about section. Who does the about section need to be about? Anybody? Who does the about section need to be about, guys?
Target audience.
The target audience, not Peter. Okay. So are you trying to sell your accountancy practice? Do you find that accountancy practice sellers, or whatever word you call them, are only after one thing? Three questions, right? 3 questions that make your target audience go yes, yes, and yes. All right. And then you give them a hug. All right. So if we go to mine. Does using LinkedIn feel like a waste of time? Are you struggling to create content actually clicks with people? Are you overwhelmed by the idea of keeping up with it all? All right. You're reading that now. You're struggling with LinkedIn. You're going to go, yes, yes, yes. All right. Then I put my arms around you and say, you're not alone. Don't worry. You're not really stupid. Everyone struggles with this. Yeah. All of that amazing stuff that you've got there on your LinkedIn profile, we can put at the bottom. All right. You've got space for 454 characters before the see more. Because you've only used 3 lines, there's no see more. As soon as I hit the see more, that opens up a total of 2,600 characters. That's a lot of information that you can put in there to really help me. Yeah. Does that help? Right. Questions. Where are we? Can you add a link in your posts? What's I don't understand the question, Warren.
I was just wary of going against LinkedIn rules, so I wasn't sure whether you could add a link, say, to your website or whatever, or somewhere that you want to point somebody.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I write a bit of content, okay, I want people to engage with it, because if people engage with it, then LinkedIn will share it to more people. All right. What happens if I put a link in my post?
People will click on it, maybe.
And what are they going to do?
Leave LinkedIn.
They're going to go off to wherever you're pointing that to. Go missing.
Will they come back? Will they come back and engage with my post?
Probably not.
Okay. It's not a rule or a law or anything, but you've got to think of what people are doing.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the behavior of those people?
Yeah.
Right? You want people to engage with your content so they see you as a thought leader. You want people to go, oh, brilliant. What Warren's just written is brilliant. I want to find out a bit more about him. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you start pointing me all over the shop, I might not come back. But the other thing is, I'm using LinkedIn. I want to stay here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thoughts on links and stuff like that. Sometimes you've got to put a link in, like today. All right. How many of you have booked to come on to here today because you saw my post today? Nobody. Okay. Oh, you did. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I do it now and again, but I don't as a general rule.
Okay. Thank you.
Good question, though. Good question. I have a LinkedIn profile, but I don't do anything with it. I attended one of your trainings with the Enterprise Nation, and I'm aware there's a lot to change. Where should I start? And you haven't completed the whole link, so I can't go there. So I'll see if I can find Gisele Fernandes. Okay. Where's Gisele? Gisele, are you happy for me to share your profile and rip it to shreds like I've done everybody else today? You are, okay.
Yes, it's pretty bad. Okay, so
look, guys, when someone says it's pretty bad, right? I'll tell you what.
Really
I'll tell you what, Gisele.
you can share. I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
to...
you tell me what you think's bad about it then.
Well, I have that picture, which is from the town I come from, but it's a placeholder until, I had my my logo done recently, so I need to put it there. So, that to start with. Also, I don't think I say who I am, so I'm a clinical psychologist and I work with, self-compassion and all of that, but that's not good. I guess it doesn't tell people what I do.
So let's play a game. All right. Do you know what a 60-second pitch is? Or an elevator pitch.
I've heard of it, but never done one.
Okay, all right. So, are you happy to pitch to me what you do?
Okay. Yes.
You've got 30 to 60 seconds.
Okay. So I work with people who are professionals of any background, accountants, doctors, whatever, people who work in IT, who struggle with issues of self-esteem and confidence. And they either sabotage sabotage themselves, or they overcompensate. So I work with them to support them in developing self-compassion and self-acceptance, in order to, support their efforts in feeling better about themselves.
Yeah. Okay. We all struggle with this. If you read my post on Saturday, you know I do too. So it's all about mindset. It's all about imposter syndrome, all that sort of malarkey. That's what you.
Although, because as a clinical psychologist, I would work with people with anxiety and depression problems. Some personality issues. But all of these people are, really well. They're highly, accomplished. They do well, but they don't believe in themselves and they don't like themselves much.
Okay, so your headline could be "Believing better, believe in yourself."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Believing better, believing you in yourself.
In yourself, whatever words you've got. Yeah.
Okay.
But so that's a starter. All right, and then you can play with that. Your banner, what you just did in 60 seconds, get it down to about 14 words that a 10-year-old could understand. Your photo, do you always wear spectacles?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
That's a great photo.
When I wear contact lenses.
Yeah, that's a great photo. So I would just zoom it up a little bit, and if you've got a brand color that makes you pop, put that behind you. So exactly as I said earlier. Contact info. Are you happy for me to share this?
Yes.
So yeah, we need a decent email. And then you've got space for 3 websites. One of those websites should be a Calendly link, so I can book a call with you.
Okay.
Yeah. And this here, that's just a link tree. I would, so you've got all of that in there. I would change the wording on that to say visit our website, because you can actually go in and change the wording.
Okay.
So if you go to the top card on your LinkedIn, you scroll down to the website. So there's the website. That's my website, but I've joined my next free events. Yeah. So just go in there and write that. So when you look at my website, join my next free event, click that, takes you to my website.
Brilliant.
Can you share that?
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
So there's my website. Yeah. So in here, if I click the top card, scroll down, there's my website, but then I've put in some text underneath. All right. And so when you go to my website, it says join my next free events. All right. Just looks a little bit more professional. And then here, again, do what Deb says, make it about your clients. Yeah. Do you struggle with anxiety? Are you always second guessing where you're feeling? Is imposter syndrome something you hate, or something like that?
So asking the questions rather than, that statement there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what you're doing here is I haven't got any of those problems, but I do, but I don't word them like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm a professional, I'm probably skim reading it anyway and go, I don't have self-esteem problems. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk my language. And again, you've only used 2 lines and you've got 2,600 characters that you can play with.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not a problem at all. All right, Vikki wants me to pick on her as well now. You're still here, Vikki? Yes, you are.
I'm still here.
Right. Can I read your writing on your banner on my phone?
I don't know. Probably not.
No, it's too small. It's too small. Remember the finger thing. All right. Photo. You know the photo now. What to do with the photo?
Yeah.
Values-led, executive-level business support specialists and founders of value-led VA. That's a big mouthful, Vikki.
It is.
Vikki the VA. Vikki
Yeah.
VA. And so as soon as I see VA, are you going to help me with my emails? Are you going to help me with a little bit of marketing? You're going to, what do you do? And you know, it's all values led and executive led and founder whatever. But you're like covering everything with that statement.
Yeah, because I've got a membership for VAs, you see, which is what I'm trying to push more in terms of marketing. So I don't need clients myself. It's more I need VAs and people who need VAs.
How about calling yourself the Victorious VA?
Yep.
Because we're playing with our name as well, then, aren't we? All right,
Yeah.
the Victorious VA. All right. Helping VAs win more clients, make more money, whatever it is you do. All right. With my values-led VA company, something like that. Yeah. Can I go into your contact info?
Yep.
3 websites. All right. I would change your profile name to Vikki-Brooks-VA, but I would change it to Victorious VA. You've got a proper email address. You've got your phone number in there and your birthday, so that's cool. You're almost doing it, but not quite.
Okay.
All right. Do you run a business? No, I don't. That's it. I've gone. All right. So what sort of things can you, because if you're speaking to VAs, if you want VAs to read this and come and work with you in your membership, right? Do you find it difficult to get clients? Are you working for too many clients that you hate, or whatever the, do a brainstorming session with some of your pet VAs and say, hey, can you help me write my whatever it's called, profile on LinkedIn? Can I ask you a load of questions? What are you struggling with? And some of them are turning around and go, oh, I really struggle with this. Oh, I really struggle with that. Yeah.
Cool.
Does that help?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions from anybody? Whose head's hurting now? Like I say, I do this every single month. So if you want to come back next time, you can do. You can grab hold of my newsletter. Every single Monday, I give you a little bit of a nudge and a little bit of a help. And every single Friday, I give you 5 ideas for content. And if you're not connected to me on the newsletter, I'll just put that in the link now. Thanks, Vikki. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll share my post from Saturday, as this goes into self-esteem, Gisele. As when you're running a business, you struggle. There you go, that's in there as well. So you're going to have a read of that. But I promise you, it all works. It just takes a little bit of time, but we do get there. Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. I will be back next month. I am on LinkedIn every single day. If you've got any queries or questions, just drop them in the DMs. I've got a YouTube channel. And yeah, if you want to work with me, give us a shout. Cheerio, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks
You're
so
more
much.
than welcome. More than welcome. Cheerio now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.